Nothing better than a romantic evening, having a bowl of shredded wheat from the biscuit to share with the one you love. Make the right choice, shredded wheat.
I'd like to welcome you back to our show. We're going to start off with Duddy. We have a few questions for him, and just to see what's going on in his life right now and how he's felt about past experience that has happened to him. Now, Duddy, we know in your earlier years as a teenager at school, there was a conflict between you and a certain teacher. I believe his name was Mr. McPherson. Do you recall that incident?
Cut.
Thank you. Welcome back to our show. First person I'd like to talk to is Mr. Kravitz himself. Duddy Kravitz, that is. Now, just to make a little correction here, your first name is Duddle, isn't it? Isn't it?
No, it's Duddy.
That's not Okay, welcome back to our show. First off, I would like to speak to Mr. Duddy Kravitz himself. Now, in your earlier years, when you were still attending high school, a conflict between you and a certain teacher, I believe his name was McPherson. Could you please explain how this occurred?
Yes, when I went to high school in that test, I was smoking outside the school, and McPherson came and told me to out my cigarette. And he called my father down for no reason. And I got mad and I said, "Right, nothing." And I swore I'd get revenge on him.
Okay, and now ever since then there have been problems between you and this teacher, and some have even blamed you for his wife's death. How do you feel about that now? Do you blame yourself, or do you think you were responsible for her dying?
Not really, but it kind of takes some of my responsibility because I was feeling around with that person and I made the phone call.
Okay, because there's been a lot of controversy over that subject, I know, because of the ongoing undercurrent between you and him during class time and, out of school. And you can also tell a little bit from the way, he lived his life that he wasn't, exactly sane, So that, you can't really put all the blame on yourself because he had a lot of faults too. And there was another incident when you were working at the resort in St. Agatha, I think it was?
Yeah.
And you had a summer job there, and a certain girl named Linda, she took you out on a date and she set you up to do a relay game at the resort the one night. Did you know that was why she wanted to ask you out, or did you genuinely think that she wanted to go out with you?
No, I thought that she liked me, but I guess not.
So that was let down for you, wasn't it? Yeah, and you had lost all your money then, and after you went running out, you had hid from the rest of the guests there and the owner and all the other workers. Did it make you feel better to make them feel guilty, to feel responsible for what happened to you?
Yeah, it made me feel better to know that they were feeling guilty.
And some of the guests there, they were very nice. They paid you back all the money. And you did go home early then? You went home early, you quit, and do you think maybe after you left, there was any gossip about you, any talking about you, rumors? Did they call you down? Just your opinion, what do you think?
I think they did.
Yeah. Okay, well, Yvette, I have a few questions for you just to see. That was a lot of Duddy's earlier life, and we didn't really get into much of his older time. So now, Yvette here played a major part after the resort. They got together while you were still at the resort, right? That was when you first met and you first started seeing each other.
Yep.
And Duddy had bought some land, and he had it under your name, I believe, because he was not quite of age to own that land. Well, after all that he did, the way he treated you, we've seen from various news stories that he did not treat you very well. Why did you stay with him? Why did you help him?
Because I had feelings for him.
And obviously he needed someone to be there for him and help him, right? Well, I have to say I really admire her for sticking with him because I certainly would not have stayed with someone who treated me as badly as he did. And when you still have feelings for him, do you still love him?
Yeah, but I can't show because of the way he treated me.
Mm-hmm. It would be kind of hard living with him after what he has done, right? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, right now you and Virgil are sharing a house together, aren't you? While his magazine business thrives. And just a little on the side here, do you think any romance could happen between you and Virgil?
Maybe.
Okay.